working on putting some extra outlets in here in my truck so I don't have to run cables across my dash and everywhere. I like to have extra 12-volt outlets and cubby holes and shit like that I'm gonna run stuff to and whatever. But I got something I want to talk about today, and it's about fighting the wrong battles. Fighting the battles that don't give you a reward. It's kind of like you're a professional fighter, for instance. And being a professional fighter, you get paid to fight. Okay? So you got a fight coming up that's going to pay you $500, and if you win the fight, it'll pay you $1,500. Well, while on that way to that fight, you run into some hecklers, I guess you would say, and some haters and people running their mouth. Oh, motherfucker, you ain't going to win that fight. You ain't shit. And you find yourself engaging them in a conversation that turns around to be a fight. Well, while in that fight, you wore out your energy. You were tired and whatever. Now that you done whooped this motherfucker's ass for running his mouth, now you go into the ring. When you get to the ring, you lose the fight because you wasted your energy on the wrong motherfucker, number one. At the end of the day, if there's not going to be a reward at the end of it, and a lot of you, the first thing you say, oh, it's just the reward of knowing that I stuck my foot in his ass and shut his mouth. That's just not enough. Let's be honest, especially if you're getting older and if you young motherfuckers would listen, it really ain't enough for you either. That's a waste of your time. You got probation now. You got to go get a lawyer. And let me tell you something. I do this dumb shit myself. In the heat of the moment, I'm telling myself, you know better. Leave that motherfucker alone. Because you could get into a fight with a sorry pussy ass motherfucker. You could. And if he got a pistol on him, well, and out of anger, he gonna shoot you. It ain't even just like that. I mean, don't get me wrong. If you put your hands on me and my back is not where it's supposed to be, and I feel like I lost a fight that I should have won because I felt like I was righteous, shit, I'm gonna shoot you too. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'll be honest. I'll probably be mad, and I'll probably fuck around and lose my temper and not be thinking at the time, and that's the end of that. And it's not just the end of that for you, but it is also the end of that for me as well. Everything I worked for is gone. Everything that I've been trying to accomplish is gone. Some of you that don't have anything, like at one time I didn't, there was a time I didn't have anything. And I felt like, you know what? If I'm going to suffer, you're going to suffer too. I ain't worried about you and what you about to lose, because I don't have anything to lose. So why should I pause, up? Why should I, pause what I'm doing? Because it could cause you to lose your shit. I don't give a fuck. I don't got nothing. And the most dangerous person in the world, what is this guy doing? Just driving by, being fucking nosy, I swear. No, it's the second time them people that done came by here. And even out in the country, you can't get no peace, man. It seemed like. Anyway, my point being is that you spend your time fighting the wrong fucking battle. And when the right one comes, the one you need to spend your nickel on or your quarter on, you all burn out. Okay? You already on probation. And now you fix to go do some time for the second fight because they're going to violate you. And that shit just don't make no fucking sense, man. You wasted all of that energy in fucking on a nobody, okay? On a fucking nobody. Now think about that for a minute. Now your fights for the year are up, So, same thing like I was saying. If I believe in what I'm fighting about, I'm not going to let the mere fact that you are stronger than me or faster with your hands give you the pass that you need to and let you go on about your business. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not. Part of it's going to be my temperament, because a lot of people know I'm not all there. I mean, I should be on some meds probably for my anger, but when I'm thinking like I'm thinking now and I'm calm, everything, I got good sense, And what I do is I'm trying to pass that sense on to you, because some people say, well, Cadillac, you don't do that shit. Okay, I know I'm supposed to. I know I'm being retarded. Some people, I got into it with a guy here about a year ago and ended up doing something to him, and everybody thought that shit was funny. Everybody thought that shit was cool. They was like, man, you gave that boy the business and all that shit, and I'm just sitting there quiet. You know, I want to tell everybody how fucking wrong they are. And you say, well, why didn't you? Because then somebody else might have something else slick to say, and I just kind of walked away, you know, because I felt like that was the best thing for me to do at that moment. But in my mind, I didn't win. I really did not win. Because now I got to watch this motherfucker every time I see him. He might have the same thought I would have had. Hey, I felt I was right. I was righteous in what I was doing. Now it's my turn to react to what Cadillac did. You know, you hear them speeches all the time. Man, you let the white boy whip your ass. Now he's even got more motivation to step to me about that, so his friends don't give him a problem, which is fucked up. But, you know, in the end, I'm the one that's going to lose. This boy catch me at the traffic light the wrong way. He catch me the wrong way coming out of Walmart like I would do him. Everything that I would do to him, I presume he's going to do to me. Somebody love this motherfucker too. Somebody really love him, and they going to come and step up to me about him. And I'm going to have another issue to deal with, and another issue, and another issue, and the shit is just a never-ending motherfucking cycle. Every time I get into it with somebody, I never think that shit's over. That's it. In my mind, while everybody's standing around bragging and laughing and talking shit about it, I know somebody love that motherfucker. This motherfucker may have a pistol in his car. I've had that happen before a few times up at the car wash on 21st and Grove back in the day. A motherfucker pulled a pistol on me. Luckily, I guess you could say the Lord looked after me, and you know, and you know, whatever, you know, it didn't go anywhere. But I'm gambling that shit off, my freedom. I'm gambling my life off, all that off on what? I got to think about what is it. For instance, I got into it with this dude at the radio station, or the radio shop the other day. I was really mad that this motherfucker thought he could fuck me around on my radio installation and get away with it. That my thought pattern, my instant reflex was to do something to him, just like I would have done back in the day when I had nothing to lose. But things have changed. But in my mind, my reflexes, they kick in, and some other issues that happened to me when I was younger caused me to react immediately differently. And the whole fucking last few weeks, I've been trying to coerce myself into telling myself, you were a fucking idiot if you think you're going to go over there and do something to that dude, whether he shoots you in self-defense, because he put a restraining order on me. Marcus McIntosh put a restraining order on me with the sheriff department. Now that gives him permission to shoot me and get away with it. I don't have that permission. It also gives him permission to you know, if I show up and do something to him, I'm instantly going to go to jail. You know, depending on what I do. I mean, if I just show up where he's at, they're going to issue me my paperwork. They haven't issued it to me yet because they can't find me to issue it to me. So the reality of it is, I'm going to dodge it and just because I ain't worried about it, but I'm going to dodge it just for the fuck of it to let him know, you know, if I don't want to be served, I won't be served. So at the end of the day, I wasted time and energy, over $400. Now, to a lot of us, $400 is a lot of fucking money. I remember back in the day, $400 was a whole month's worth of money for me back in the day. You know, when I was struggling in the early 90s with my ex-wife, $400 paid the rent. So $400 you could get killed over back in the day. Now, you know, it's not as much. And if you were making $4,000 a month and you're going to go risk your freedom, time, energy, and life over $400, okay, well, that don't take a genius to figure that out. Not to mention all the other headache and stress that come with it, okay? We spend time battling the wrong fucking battles. We sitting up here talking about how we struggling. We sitting up here talking about how we can't get nowhere in life. We sitting up here talking about how the police is on our ass all the time. We sitting up here talking about, you know, all this shit, right? But at the end of the fucking day, at the end of the day, we'll go sit down and get a blunt, roll it up, smoke, drink. The things that we can't pass a piss test with to get into a job that we really want. We won't go take that same energy that we go out here and put our foot in somebody's ass with and do something that's actually going to advance us later. I was like that at one time. And one day I got tired of this shit. I really got tired. The question is, when are you going to be tired? You say you're tired, but you're really not. When are you going to be tired and do something to fix it? You know, people turn around and have money and borrow these payday loans, cash loans. And they go every month and just pay the motherfucking interest on the loan. Every month that's going to be a bill until you pay some money on the principal. Because you may have $1,000, free $1,000. The loan payment's $500. You sitting there with another $500 that now you're gonna go fuck off. You're gonna go buy liquor. You're gonna go do this, trick it on a bitch, and next month, guess what? That $500 is gonna be due again, and it's gonna be due again. But if you would have applied the whole $1,000, you would have done either knocked the loan payment down so that next time instead of you paying $500, you only got to pay $100, and then eventually you could pay that off. But instead of applying shit to the principal so you're not paying the interest, and that's what we do in life. We're constantly paying the fucking interest. Every fucking month, you paying the interest. You're not paying on the principal. In other words, you're not going out to try to get this education. You're not trying to say, hey, what are some people that I know have been down this road doing today, and how did they get where they going? Now, you don't have to follow in every step. You can walk alongside them steps if your pride's involved. You can do whatever. You can put a different flavor on the whole situation and change something up differently. But to sit around and bitch after month after month after month and ain't told me one thing you done positive to get yourself from where you are to where you need to be. Not one thing. Hey, I went down and paid a traffic. I did some shit. Went through a divorce, fucked up my credit. I had a couple little bills that I could have done paid off, but instead, what did I do? I bought some wheels from my truck. I bought my Vogue tires. I bought all that other shit, some stones for my ring that I wanted to finish up my ring that I was working on. All the shit that really didn't matter. If I would have took that money and paid those, old bills off, my credit score would be better than where it is now. And you guys don't even realize I done read I don't know how many books on credit scores and how important they are and how they use them. And I mean, it's a lot of shit out there. There's things that we don't know, okay? But we so busy out here fucking with Marcus at the goddamn radio station because he fucked us out of $400. We so busy out here, motherfucker cut me off at the traffic light and I'm gonna follow him all the way to Quick Trip and put my motherfucking fist upside his fucking head over disrespect. And then go to jail, and have to pay for the bondsman, have to pay for the lawyer, then come home, and I'll need a blunt, so now I'm going to go to the weed house and give me a little sack, go to Quick Trip, give me a Black and Mild or whatever so I can roll up, and go stop at the liquor store, and then go home and figure out why it is that I don't got no money. Why is it that I can't take care of my son's child support so his mama can put diapers on him and shit so he don't end up going through what I went through because I'm broke because of all the other shit I just mentioned, the before mentioned shit. That's the reason. At the end of the fucking day, same thing when I'm trying to tell y'all about coming out here with this truck driving shit. Some of y'all got a driver's license. Some of y'all is born killers. You kill anything moving. But you won't come out here and risk and get behind this wheel and let these people pay you. It's really like free fucking money. You won't come out here and do that. You won't. The bitch I got is going to fuck around on me. The bitch I got ain't down with me like that. I got to stay home and watch my house. No, I'm not going way out there. I can't hang out at the club no more. I can't do this. Motherfucker, you barely hanging out at the club now with your ass in the back of the club with no money. Do something different. Or stop complaining and just be grateful for what you got now. But me, I'm always trying to move forward. If I got 100, I used to tell my wife back then, I'm going to be real. When I was doing teeth, I'm going to be honest. When I was doing teeth back in the day, I could get $2,000-$3,000. And some people are going to say, why are you telling them people that, man? They have to tie me to a particular crime. Come on, y'all. I'm too smart for that. They have to say, well, we have to have all the evidence that he did it. And we don't have any of that. So here's the case. Back in the day, and some of y'all already know this and you're already going to laugh. Back in the day when I was doing teeth, I would make $2,000-$3,000 a fucking day. There would have been days that I was doing that. Hell, one day I made $7,000. I always remember that day. I did a piece for Endo back in the day. Rest in peace, Endo out of Liberal. I made him a badass piece. Some of y'all remember it way back. Invisible set, 18 karat white gold with VVS ones around the open face frame. I mean, it was cold. I still got a picture of it somewhere. Point of the matter being is, after I made that money, I went home and I threw on my black Dickies. I threw on my black Dickie shirt and my thermal shirt, the one like I'm wearing now. And I had my black hoodie and I got my Bluetooth. And I told my brother, come on, we going. And my ex-wife, she said, why are you going out there to hit them construction sites and get that shit and steal that shit? And out there doing that bullshit, or whatever it is that you're doing, whether I needed parts off a car and a salvage yard and I was jumping the fence to get that, whatever it was, why are you doing that when you making the money you making now? You don't need to do that no more. And my saying to her is that there's still money on the table. And she said, you just being greedy. And that's what some of y'all might be thinking, nah, man, you was just being greedy. I'm not justifying the way I did it. That was wrong. Okay, but what I'm telling you is that it wasn't being greedy, because that extra $200 or $300 that's on the table today may not be on there tomorrow, and I may need that money tomorrow. So if I didn't get it, like I told my brother one time, I said, hey man, come here and help me do this, and I put $300 in your pocket. Boom. He said, boom. I said, hey man, if you do that over there, shit, I'll give you another $300. He said, I only needed $300, so I'm good. I'm going home. The extra work that I gave him to do wasn't shit. It was nothing. And this motherfucker wouldn't get it because he didn't need it at the moment. That's stupid. You can't think like that. You got to get every dollar you can get today, because tomorrow your health may not be there. Tomorrow that money may not be there. Tomorrow there's a whole bunch of things that could change tomorrow. So you better do everything you can. And then the next day you'll come to me and be like, well, see, here's some extra money today. See, I didn't have to do it. That's pretty retarded if you just think about what you said, because now you got that extra money yesterday and then you made another $3 today. So I could go on and on and on. A lot of y'all done clicked off this video, but I'm going to tell you like this. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. I done been there. I done been to the very bottom, and everything I'm telling you are mistakes I made first, and I corrected them, and I'm glad I did. So, it's up to you. We already know that the motherfucker down the road where you're trying to get the job don't want to hire you because you don't like you. We know that. We know there may be a problem with a racist issue down here at this job and they don't want to hire you. We know this down here. But what the fuck are you doing to counteract what they're doing? You just going to sit there and say, well, they told me no, so I'm just going to go home. I don't understand. I don't understand. And then women, when you get a man who's doing something, you go fuck with the motherfucking dude that ain't trying to do shit and leave him. And then later on in life, when your pussy wore out and you got 5, 6 kids by different dudes that you shouldn't have been fucking with in the first place, then when you get to the next dude and you're like, well, no, these men ain't shit. They don't want to do shit. You passed up a few motherfuckers. I know my ex-wife, she had a dude that worked at Spirit. Instead, she was fucking with me. This motherfucker was a square motherfucker that worked at Spirit. And the reason she didn't want to date him was because he was too short. And I just said, man, I don't know, man. Dude really liked her too, So, I don't know, man. Y'all got to figure out what the fuck it is you going to do. And if you worried about what that bitch is going to do, you got the wrong bitch with you. And I know some of y'all don't like it when I say bitch, but that's just the way I talk. So, if you don't like it, I apologize. But you need to probably not be on my Facebook page. So I don't mean the negative side of the bitch. I mean the same bitch that y'all call each other. But at the end of the day, y'all got to do something different instead of just being on Facebook and ain't trying to do nothing else. I put these videos out there because I done went through this shit, and I read a couple of books that that vaulted me up. When I read those books, it made me do something that I don't got a GED, I don't got a high school diploma, no education like that at all. But at the end of the day, I still know how to get down and do what I got to do. And sometimes you got to take that motherfucking physical hustle and use it in a smart way to get yourself out of the hole. And the other thing, it's like a drug addict or alcoholic. You can't continue to hang around the same motherfuckers that don't want nothing either, that don't got nothing, because they going to tell you, hey, let's go over here and punch this dude in the face. They ain't got no job to lose. They ain't got nothing to lose. And they get upset with you if you don't want to do it. So then your feelings is all in, well, I don't want to say nothing that's going to, make my friends not like me. Well, you hanging around the wrong motherfuckers. Sometimes you got to get up and jump into a new pool of water, or do like me and just stay to yourself. I mean, that's how I'm about. So, I don't have no problem with that. So anyway, so God bless y'all today on Sunday, and I hope y'all have a good day. I'm fixing to finish putting my truck together, and holler at you later.